Yeah, happy Martin Luther King Day, everybody.
Woo!
Because we're not going to get it up in time for the holiday. It'll be the day after the holiday because we're recording the day before holiday.
Yeah.
I did all this. Begin to start. I don't have to go online and fight people.
I think you should.
Can you...
Really should.
Those are the tutorials. And
Can you not do it again?
Well, I can do it again, but I mean...
That's not fun.
Yeah.
Because I was hoping, like, the training, we were going to unlock the training and
Begin battle.
combo challenge.
Yeah.
But that didn't
I
happen.
personally don't want to fight people
Oh,
online
no.
either.
Oh, no.
You might have to. Taylor, what are you doing, man?
Oh, Dad, you're gonna get dominated.
Oh, probably.
Well,
Enter rank
Word.
match.
ooh, casual. There you go.
Yeah.
Did you want to edit your team before you go in there?
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
X. So we're not going to get the entire roster of characters, but we get some.
That's not two. And
So we're playing what now? DragonBall
Z Fighter.
Z Fighter.
Or fighters, whichever
Fighters.
whichever way you feel like saying it. I
And if
say
you're
it
in
both ways.
Britain, it's Z.
Z. Yes, I like Z.
Fighters Z,
Fighter Z.
Dragon
I
Ball
think.
Z.
What do you think, Nelson? Kid Boo.
Yeah.
All
The kid
So
who-
this is the game that had the crazy trailer that everybody literally went nuts over.
Yes.
And just looking at the quality of it, I can see why.
Oh, just wait till we get to it.
Yeah. I mean, this like open field right here kind of reminds me of like Nintendo.
Oh yeah, like the Wii.
Yeah, like it's very like Nintendo-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With their chibi characters and whatnot.
Right.
Oh man, look at that.
Okay. Why am I? I'm not. Cancel? No. Oh, I guess I have to wait.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, there's a queue? Wow. That's...
I might,
Well, this
Oh,
is the open
searching
beta.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is an open beta, so we don't know what kind of random crap's gonna happen. So I guess we're gonna walk around.
We'll
and-
walk around
Well,
while we
since
wait for a
now
match.
we're waiting, let's get into the news.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you, Sean, for that segue.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Mike,
In case
that.
you
the
can't-
camera.
In case you can't see him, Sean's right there.
All right. Here comes the mighty
I
warrior.
honestly don't
I'm
know.
about to get my ass kicked. Do I spam though?
Yes.
Spam.
What you do is
as
rage
a-
quit and you cut your...
As a great man once said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Wait, who said that?
Eddie Guerrero.
Alright, while I
Yeah.
focus on this
Everyone.
match, Izzo, why don't you take over hosting duties?
Okay, so YouTube. Let's talk about Logan Paul yet again, because this is actually new to me. I know that YouTube took action against his channel in regards to the Japanese suicide force bit, but then there were a lot of YouTubers that shared their frustrations
Shit, this game
with
is lagging.
Oh wow, it really is lagging. though.
but that's kind of awesome though. So there was a huge outcry, and it looks like YouTube took further action against Logan Paul, in which they have now removed all of his channels. That's actually news to me because when I first heard about it, or when I followed up on it, they had taken mild action, which seemed to kind of be like the final thing. But it looks like they actually were really aggressive, and they decided to just flat out shut him down, which.
Yeah,
I
this happened
personally
around
don't want
Wednesday.
because I think that what he did was very distasteful. And for the 15 million subscribers that he had, especially young children, I think that that's just one of those things that they shouldn't really necessarily be more or less. I don't want to say forced to see, but
Exposed.
exposed to exactly.
Get it how you live, Goku!
So
Yeah, but here's like the problem. Most people put notifications on, and he does it every day, so you know when his videos are happening.
Well, it's not anymore because they deleted his channel.
Yep.
He can't have one.
Right.
So
Right.
he's gone.
Yeah. So
That's all I gotta say about that. He's
So
gone.
and honestly, like I don't feel bad for him. So I watched bits and pieces of the video. The bits and pieces that I saw did not, to me, look like he was doing any kind of suicide awareness video at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, I don't feel bad for him because from what I gathered from the video itself, it seemed very self-promoting.
Oh, his apology?
Well,
no,
it's outside
clips of the actual video.
Yeah, clips of the actual video. I felt that was very disrespectful to not only the person that he showed in the video, but to the families that have gone through things like that.
Yeah.
Especially in Japan, because Japan's got the highest suicide rate I believe in the world. So,
well, that's why
bye, Felicia.
Name.
Yeah, that's because that's where a lot of people go kill themselves.
Get yourself some.
Yeah, it's when it first broke that he had done that, I reserved judging him because I had not seen the video, and the video was taken down by the time I had seen it. It wasn't until I actually saw, I believe it was The No, and they showed actual clips of the video, and I saw how idiotic he was acting, and all I could think is, okay, granted you're younger than me, but you're also an adult. You have to think about these things, especially when you're in that kind of spotlight. You have 15 million subscribers. I would love to have 15 million subscribers.
He had
them.
For goodness
They're
sake,
gone.
I would love that. I only have 10.
Yeah, I'm one of them. So, but it's one of those things. I'm like, you should have expressed better judgment than that.
Right.
And the fact that his channel's gone now, I'm like, I really don't feel bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna miss him. But I honestly was not surprised because I know that he's done questionable things before in the past.
Yeah, and I just chalked it up to him being an idiot.
All right, but I knew that something like this, I mean, suicide, or like dead body, suicide rate. When I first found out that it was some force in Japan, I immediately knew without even like knowing that.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what I heard. I was like, oh, that's a suicide force. This is not going to end good for him.
But also what this could have potentially turned out to be was it could have been something a little bit more political too, because at the same time we have an American acting idiotic in a foreign country, videotaping it, mocking it. You know what I mean? So like that wouldn't really speak very well for U.S.-Japanese relations.
Now I hadn't looked into it because I didn't really care that much, but I also heard that he was banned from Japan.
Really?
It might have been just a joke. It might have been like someone being a smartass.
Yeah.
It could have been The Onion for all I know.
But true.
I saw another video. It was still him in Japan, and it was, I don't know. I would imagine it happened before, but honestly, the way he acts, it could have happened after.
Right.
Acting like a complete fool.
Yeah.
In Japan, it was like he was. The go-karting thing you can do in Japan, where you can dress up and do like real live action Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
A bunch of his. It looks
yeah,
really
we're
cool.
doing that in Japan.
Right,
but it was him and his cronies, still dressed up in those like onesie type pajamas like that.
Right.
Doing the most idiotic stuff. They were throwing like stuffed Pokeballs at people, just random people on the street, and just acting like they were drunken frat boys.
Right.
Well, that's what Logan and Jake Paul are.
I mean, I get that,
Yeah.
and I'm sure a lot of those types used to past tense his channel and probably defended him because they're morons. But I was actually like, it was so stupid. I was actually disgusted about how he was acting. I'm like, dude, seriously?
Yeah.
Do you not know how to act in public? Really?
No, he
Obviously you don't.
He doesn't.
Because you got your YouTube deleted.
Yeah. And it's interesting. So I don't know if you heard, probably about a year or two ago, there was a news segment about him when he moved into a particular neighborhood in California, and his neighbors just absolutely hate him.
Oh, and Jake Paul's, their neighbors had to move. Both of them. They sold their house to get away from him.
Yeah, I believe it.
He's the expert. He's seen more of that stuff than I have.
Yeah.
So,
and I used to be a fan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Logan. That's what happens when you do stupid stuff.
No, you don't have to apologize.
No. Okay, Logan. This is what happens when you do stupid stuff.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah.
You did not get your channel
It's just
deleted.
like, dude, seriously.
So
you better be good with investing your money that you made, because you're gonna spend that all.
I'm sure he'll bounce back to some capacity.
There it is.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
but
it won't be.
It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, it won't be through YouTube's medium, but through some whatever. I hope that you learned a lesson from it.
Maybe next year, Dancing with the
Watch
Stars.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh God, ABC has worse smarts than that.
So, but I'm actually glad that YouTube took that action because, like I said, I thought that was very distasteful and disrespectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
it was. It really
Well,
was.
I mean, don't be too happy for what YouTube did because it didn't seem like they were going to do anything. It wasn't until like a ton of YouTubers.
Well,
yeah,
I
got
know,
on their
I know,
shit.
and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they are at a place where they know what's right.
Right.
What the right thing to do is at the right time. But I think that this action, at least, allows for some level of hope.
I think it's the correct action.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they were dragging their feet,
Yeah.
and they deserve to be called out for that.
Right.
I mean, yes, they took their sweet time.
right, but the fact that they actually eventually did it,
Yeah.
speaks volumes because how many times have the public outcried about something and
And
no
nothing
action's
happens.
been done.
Yeah, people will just wait 2 weeks before it's just out of the news cycle and everyone's forgotten.
Right, exactly.
It's happened a lot.
Exactly. So, that's all I really got to say about that. Any other thoughts?
Nah.
Yeah.
He
No?
gone.
All right. Well,
Goodbye.
I just went with a light punch. I love when you do that.
with the 1 inch.
Sure, we can call it the
Yeah.
1 inch punch.
Is it the Bruce Lee 1 inch?
Yep.
Does it look like it?
Sure, why not?
All right. Well, you want to tell me what you wrote on that board because
Yeah. So I saw this on the Nerdist. Ewan McGregor has been spotted around lately with a very Obi-Wan Kenobi beard.
Which, in my mind, is one of two
Who's
things.
that?
It's the guy that played Obi-Wan Kenobi
Oh.
in 3 of the Star Wars movies.
Mm.
But that means one of two things for me. Either they're going to do an Obi-Wan movie, or he is trying hard to get them to do.
Disney already said they were doing it,
Okay.
but I mean, well, they were going to do it, but they just
Well, if
haven't
that's the
done
case,
anything
then
yet.
it might be happening sooner than later.
Yeah. So
Um,
that's what everyone thinks is like that will be the next.
Non-anthology movie.
Yeah. Or no, anthology movie.
Oh, anthology movie is the ones that are not the main story, right? Those are the that's like the Rogue Ones and your Han Solos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean, so he's actually been training.
He's been very vocal about talking about coming back, and he was one of the few things I liked about the prequels. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really say much about Attack of the Clones because I don't remember it. I kind of blocked that movie out. I don't remember nothing about it except for Anakin getting his hand cut off.
Oh,
Yeah.
And Yoda
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah. Everybody sweated Yoda fighting.
Yeah,
Well-
but when you look back on it, it looks like garbage.
I was always annoyed by the fact that they put that in the second week trailers or TV spots. I'm like, dude, you just spoiled the only part of that movie that was worth watching.
Right.
So it was like, okay, well,
You can do some of the training stuff.
after
Start
that
from the
happened.
beginning, since I have no idea how to
That's
play.
fine. Yeah, you can start with the
Okay.
first training one.
I have not.
I'm done playing online. I did my one and only online match that I'm ever going to do in this game.
While everyone's still bad.
Yeah. If I lost that badly when everyone else is still bad, Jesus Christ. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be like, and he's done.
16.
It'd be like that.
And I'm done. Oh yeah. Speaking of that,
And your money's gone.
so I'm going to take the plunge probably tonight. Because I'm going to go check the markets. But it's time to get some cryptocurrency.
Oh man.
What's cryptocurrency? Oh
Gambling,
my god, it's
kind
so
of.
big.
That's what she said.
No.
Really, dude?
No.
Really?
Okay.
Come on, man.
Spin.
As I remember you telling us back in the day, I don't think we can say that anymore. Oh no, that was
Don't say it because we
How do you
can't say it
charge up?
anymore.
How do you charge up?
Don't worry about that. Just do what it's telling you on the training.
the why the dinosaur. Well, no, he would have seen that episode.
Okay, that's how you
But,
move. Good.
Why the dinosaurs died.
Yeah. But What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'm going to delve into cryptocurrency.
Okay.
Not Bitcoin.
Not Bitcoin. That's too expensive.
And too
Hit
volatile.
action. Yeah. Well, no, they're all volatile.
Oh yeah, but
They're all
I would
volatile.
imagine that Bitcoin is getting all.
I guess I can say what I'm willing to invest in because by the time this airs, I will
Stop
have
jumping
bought
away.
it, so not so many people jumping on
Perfect.
board. But I'm looking into Ripple and Luminaires from what is the company that does Luminaires? Shit, I can't think of it right now.
Isn't it
killed
fun
him.
with like light or something like that?
Yeah, it's XRM and XLMs that I'm invested in.
Okay.
Because right now, the XLM, it is less than 69 cents a share.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ripple was down, when I checked before my flag football game, was like at 190 a share.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get like 100 shares of each.
Mm-hmm.
And then watch them for a couple weeks and see what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously not buy at peaks, but if they start valuing again, get a little more. And then, but I will say this, I am not a broker of any kind. I am making these investments based solely off of my research that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I've done through the cryptocurrency
So if you're
Reddit
interested,
posts.
do your own research.
Yeah. And I've done hours of research. Like, I've spent a good few hours researching. And like I said, I'm only buying 100 shares of both these stocks, which is probably total going to come out to less than, $200 total. And
Right.
I'm comfortable with kissing that money goodbye because once I invest that money, that's just me thinking to myself, I'm never going to see this again.
Right.
I'm gonna wait for my rent to clear before I start playing with money.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've gotten to a point where like I checked my last retirement fund balance,
Mm-hmm.
and it was way more than I thought it was. So I was like, you know what? That's my safety net. That's a good investment plan that I got going through my broker.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe take a little extra money, start playing around in cryptocurrency, play around a little bit in the stock market,
Right.
and build another kind of funding kind of thing like that. And if they blow up, they blow up. If they don't, if I can at least sell and get my money back, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now. It should be a lot of fun. Be a lot of stress if like they tank a little bit. Like, oh god, what I'm gonna have to do is like, because very few stocks are short-term investment. Any kind of stock you buy, you're gonna have to have that stock for at least a year, and most stocks more than a year. But at least a year for you to see any kind of gains.
Right.
Yeah. This is not I'm going to sell this next week and make a ton of money type of deal.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's going to be one thing. Like
not
for that
business.
first year, I know I'm going to check the market like every day, but like I can't panic if it valleys.
Right.
So
What are y'all talking about now?
See, you don't even know. Don't worry about it.
See,
It's hard to explain, Sean, and you're really not going to get it.
No, I mean I've done a lot of research and I
Because
barely
we're
understand
adults and
most
we
of it.
barely get it at all.
So,
no, I was just saying, weren't you guys talking about an actor in Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Well, we switched to cryptocurrency. You're paying attention
We're
to
done.
the video game.
There's not that much to talk about. It's
No.
Ewan McGregor is wearing a beard. It means one of two things: either they're starting a whole lot sooner, or he's really trying to get them to start doing it.
No, you don't hold back, Sean. You double tap back. I want you to dash backwards. There you go. Now I want you to dash. It's going to ask you to dash forward. It's going to be the next one. Dash forward. There you
Oh,
go.
whoops.
That was
That's fine.
I don't know if we're going to talk about the next thing because I
Yeah,
think
I don't think it's so.
It was more
maybe
or less
we
like-
shouldn't
I-
because
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't-
want to bring
Yeah, I would more or less
This is
added
true.
it for something else to talk about, but with my delve into cryptocurrency, I felt
Yeah.
that filled the time.
Yeah,
Honestly,
no,
it's
I'm
one of
okay
those
with it.
things that it's kind of a downer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, it was one of those
Yeah,
things
so
just
we'll
trying
pass
to.
on it.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
trying to
We'll
fill
pass on
in.
it.
I mean, it's just
spots.
it's just your average. People are outraged about something.
All right, so we're not going to talk about. We're not going to continue to talk about why we're not talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Dad, how do you
Um,
do that? Oh,
you
okay,
did.
I just did it.
So for this week's Thoughtable, unless anybody has anything else to add to the podcast,
I was just gonna
anything
tell
else?
Izzo what I found yesterday at Second and Charles. It was it's a figurine set, and it's got
Sailor Moon.
Frank.
nope, Ren and Stimpy.
Hard pass. I'd rather have Sailor Moon.
Well, they got those at
if
Toys-
I had to.
They got the SH figure arts at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw that they have like the little wands for them now too. I'm like,
Perfect.
No.
really?
Well, they've had Sailor Moon toys on and off like pretty much all of our lives. I remember
Yeah.
when I was out searching for Ronin Warrior toys, there was a ton.
You know,
of
I
Sailor
think
Moon
you're
toys in
part
the
of it's
store.
because they did a revival series
Mm-hmm.
where they pretty much.
Isn't it like Sailor Moon like Supreme or something like that?
Well,
Or
I mean-
something?
I don't know what
mean-
they're doing now, but
remember.
last time I saw it was literally it was a new version of the same stories they did before.
Well,
Okay.
revival or no? I mean, Sailor Moon has never really gone away. If you look at
Oh no, yeah,
Players,
it's
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those one of
Yeah,
those
it's-
classic ones that people love.
Yeah.
like Techno Man.
Yeah.
I was kidding about that one because I never
Yeah.
heard about that till that video
I
game
don't
came
think
out.
so. Yeah.
Oh, actually, two things I wanted to cover that we didn't talk about last one, because they fell after we filmed the podcast. Last week was David Bowie's birthday.
Who?
And then, Mother. David Bowie? Mother.
Yeah, so
Excuse
one, I
me?
didn't hear what you said,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's why I was like,
I thought you were being a jackass. Who? So last week was David Bowie's birthday, so a belated happy birthday to the recently passed David Bowie, and then the other day was the second anniversary of his passing, which I decided to do something special to celebrate that, because celebrating the life of David Bowie, not celebrating his death, obviously.
That'd be very morbid. If that was the case.
I knew what his favorite drink was a Bombay Sapphire gin martini, which I made 2 of those for myself. Had with dinner, three olives,
okay.
and then so I looked up his favorite food, and I was like, man, because the main reason why I decided to look up his favorite food because it was just coincidental that night I had nothing planned for dinner, and I was like, I don't eat fish again because I want my cut, so I was like, I don't eat fish again. Let me look something up. I was like, if it's cool, then maybe I'll make it. I was like, shepherd's pie. Hell yeah, I'll make shepherd's
Made
pie.
that real easy for you.
Yeah, I love.
I got
shepherd's pie.
home and Josh is just standing over the shepherd's pie, trying not to eat the rest of it.
Yeah, 'cause
Because
I already
it was
ate
like
half
a
of it.
family size.
Wow.
Yeah, I already eaten half of it.
Which I can't blame him because I personally really like shepherd's pies.
It's so delicious. And
I should have went
so I did that.
shopping.
But I also found out what David Bowie's favorite food was in the 70s when he was super
Yeah, I
skinny.
did great.
It was cocaine, red peppers, and milk. That's
Oh.
all he ate. I don't know if he did it all
You've heard
together
about this.
or
Yeah, I know. I forgot, Sean.
Cocaine, red peppers, and
Milk. Cocaine aside,
a diet of just red peppers and milk.
that
doesn't
made
sound
me
good.
almost puke in my mouth. I'm like, oh, that is not a combination I would ever think.
Maybe
of.
the
Dad, how do
cocaine-
you do your power?
You basically do down, forward, RB.
Well, first, how do you charge it up?
You already charged up enough.
Yeah, you got
What
5
do I have to
bars.
Slide from down to forward and hit the RB button.
Down,
do a Hadouken.
forward.
He's not into the fighting game. so
Then
doesn't
he
know.
shouldn't be on the sticks.
Yeah, I know, right?
Here, let me show you, Sean. Hand me. And we'll get to the thought. So, it's down, forward, that. So, you start with down, and you just slide. You
Roll
press.
forward.
Yeah, you roll forward, and you hit that as soon as you hit there.
Okay.
And with this game, it's very sensitive, so you may just do your charge. Because that's what I found,
How
like,
do you do the charge?
RB just charges at people.
Oh.
But, yeah, so trying to do that sometimes, like, a lot of times I, like, went to do my special move, and I just do the charge attack.
Oh,
It's like,
this is special moves. Okay.
yeah, we'll teach you.
Yeah,
But
we'll tell you
so
how.
the Thoughtable, since we're playing in honor of Dragon Ball Fighter Z,
Yes.
Oh man.
I'm going to give you. So it's going to be 3 combatants.
What?
Who do you think would win out of the 3 if they just had a 3-way fight? Goku, Superman, or the Incredible Hulk?
I did it.
Goku, Superman, or the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
I know how to charge now. Charge.
The Super Saiyan Goku?
It's-
What version of Goku are we talking about?
Yay.
Any version of Goku. I mean, just any version of Superman, any version of Hulk. Like,
Well, I'm not familiar with other
Goku.
versions of Superman.
I might be biased.
I know you're biased.
Oh no! You my answer is going might shock you a little bit.
I want to be in
So I guess I'll go first. I'm going to go with the Hulk.
Why?
Purely because the Hulk, as he is now in the comics, the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. So, and he literally has an unlimited amount of strength.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, like, and it's really hard to do because all of them, I guess, theoretically can die because they've all died.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think, like, in a fight against Goku and Superman, the Hulk wouldn't hold back at all. He would just keep getting madder and madder and madder, and just slamming them through like the Earth, literally like just breaking them.
So I guess my thing about that is, what if the Hulk becomes unconscious? He can't get mad anymore. He can't get stronger.
Actually, yeah, if he gets out of the Hulk,
Well,
it's done.
if you knock the Hulk unconscious, I guess he resorts back to Banner.
Yeah.
But that rarely ever happens.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, it's also a possibility you can kill Goku. Like, I'm pretty sure the Hulk could rip Goku in half.
Yeah.
But Goku can fly.
The Hulk can jump really, really high.
I don't freaking care. Goku can fly higher.
Izzo, do you want to go, or should I just go on a nerd lecture?
The only reason why
why do I keep on pressing
I'm not
A
going to choose the Hulk is because, for the most part, unless he's throwing something, he's not a very projectile type of fighter. And same with Superman.
What the frick?
So,
well, no, Superman's got his laser vision.
Yeah, but with what Goku has in his arsenal, I would consider him more of a more balanced fighter. So I think that outside of just hand-to-hand combat, speed. Now,
Goku has speed.
I know. That's kind of what I'm talking about. So,
Sean, listen, don't talk.
So of course Goku has that strength. I'm not really sure what his level of strength would be compared to the Hulk too. But the fact that he could be a good distance away from his opponent and still hit him with a pretty destructive,
right?
Whatever. I'm gonna go with Goku because, as far as Superman's concerned, he has his weaknesses. They all do.
Yeah.
But he also kind of relies on the sun's power to, strengthen him. Blah blah blah.
Right.
The Hulk has, to me, more human-like tendencies than he does supernatural tendencies. Outside of just super strength, he can jump really high. So I'm gonna go with the Japanese alien.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's me.
So I'm gonna preface
Who's the
my
Japanese
before
alien in Star Wars?
Goku.
Oh.
I'm going to before I say my answer, I'm gonna just preference this with I am of the school of thought for Death Battle, just because every time they make their videos about this particular subject, they go through all the information that they've researched and they give their reasons why they believe this. I am picking Superman.
Okay.
Because of the fact that Death Battle already did the research for me, and it makes sense. Goku is a fighter who always breaks through his limits to gain more power, and Superman is a cheat code essentially. He's written in such a way that he pretty much can do anything that's ever needed of the story. The way he's written, the closer he gets to the sun, he gets super supercharged. The Hulk, the thing about the Hulk, and this is also from Superpower Beatdown, it makes a little sense, but I don't know if I buy it, but in this case, I'm still gonna allow it. The Hulk, his weakness, from what I understand, is...
How am I supposed to go on?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, of course. With the Hulk, if you can outlast him, which is a very hard thing to do, you pretty much have to overwhelm his healing factor. And in Superpower Beatdown's video, they had him versus Doomsday, and I was ridiculously angry that Doomsday beat the Hulk. But when they broke it down, I was like, I'm not going to go through all those comics. They're not going to read this shit. I'll just take your word for it. They pretty much, they were even keeled. The only thing was the Hulk got his healing factor, which is a very hard thing to do, overwhelmed to the point where Doomsday ripped his head off, and I thought that was dumb.
Yeah.
But they showed their work. Like a math problem.
Yeah.
So it comes down to Superman having to outlast the Hulk, which he could do unless the Hulk
Daddy, what's the
gets some
Dragon
lucky
Ball
shots
Rush?
in and rips his head off.
Hit LB.
Right.
Or knocks him out like Doomsday did.
Mhm.
And Goku can push Superman to his limits, but eventually Goku can't keep up. Is how I understand it, and this is my train of thought, and this is begrudgingly what I go with, because when you show me your work and it makes sense to me, I can't really refute it.
So for you, it's a matter of endurance.
Yes,
Daddy, have
Okay.
you
it is.
end up,
It's sheer
like,
endurance
shove
Fight
him
him.
into the wall?
because
B.
you know. If you just look at these characters on paper, their powers their base powers are fairly similar. Super
Right.
strength, super endurance.
Right.
With the exception of Goku, they can heal very fast. Hulk can't fly, and Superman can breathe in space. Well, technically, Goku can fight in space. No, he can't breathe in space. He can just fight out there in the upper atmosphere because they weren't actually all the way out in space when he was fighting Beerus.
So 3 different opinions, 3 different answers. So no, you can't. You don't watch enough of any of them to really. Okay, who would you pick?
Frieza!
Why?
Because he can go gold. I picked the Green Ranger.
It's like you don't read Superman comic books. You just started watching Dragon Ball Z. The only one you really know anything about is the Hulk.
And that's from the movies,
But it's from the movies. He's not
Movies and
even-
cartoons, right?
Yeah, he's not even close to his like comic book strength in the movies.
Yeah, Superman. He can easily... Because none of them involve kryptonite. That's the only thing you can beat him.
Nope, magic. Thor can beat him.
Yeah, Thor can just wipe the floor with Superman.
Yeah, Superman's vulnerable to magic and kryptonite.
Yep.
Goku doesn't have magic. Okay.
No, that's not magic.
That's
yeah, I'm
training.
like, Goku
Though-
does not have magic.
Majin Buu technically could beat him.
So,
He's a magical being.
He's an alien.
Yeah. So technically he could beat him.
But in all honesty, they're all fictional characters.
So it's whoever's writing them, really.
Well, actually, but my biggest problem with all those, and I only brought it up because we were doing Z Fighters, and I couldn't think of a better thoughtable.
Yeah.
What I always have problems with, like when people are like, well, this good guy could beat that good guy. It's like, well, they're good guys.
They're not gonna
They're not gonna
That's
fight
a
each other,
good one.
which is
Batman
why.
versus Superman.
Which is why I always hate when with all these movies and stuff like that, they always start out fighting. It's like, why? They're all good guys. They're all fairly intelligent. They wouldn't fight.
Captain America: Civil War.
That's different. That's
have-
no. I'm talking about when they first meet, like in the first Avengers.
Defenders.
Jesus Christ!
What do you want from me?
No, what I'm.
I have a
I would like you to
thought.
listen. What I'm saying is, like, every time these people first meet, they always have a conflict with each
Sean,
other
watch out for Taylor.
for no reason. Like, even the Defenders, after they all helped each other out of that building, they all still wanted to kick each other's ass when they were in the Chinese food restaurant. Why? Because we have to generate stupid conflict. Batman versus Superman. Batman wants to fight Superman. Why? We have to generate stupid conflict.
Because reasons.
Yeah.
Dad,
So,
I
so
didn't
Please stop interrupting. Please. I'm talking. In the Avengers, we have to generate conflict. Like, Thor wants to take Loki back to Asgard to stand trial. And he attacks the ship. He could have just easily just, like, they land like, hey, yeah, I need him. Kind of thing like that. It's just, it's one of those things like, whether it's comic books, whether it's movies, whether it's cartoon, they generate this stupid conflict, which I'm always like, these characters are smarter than this. They know, like, oh, you're a good guy, I'm a good guy. We don't need to fight. Like, Civil War is a different thing because that was, like, best friends get into an argument kind of thing like that. But when the best friends are superheroes, they come to blows kind of thing like that. So that's different. That's not generated because we need a conflict to start the movie. That was a conflict that Marvel did a really good job building since the first Avengers movie.
Okay, so let me ask this then: of two people, or what's usually the biggest, or the biggest limiting thing when it comes to people of conflict?
What do you mean?
So, what is usually the key thing that they both lack that creates conflict between two or more people?
Plot.
Understanding.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, well, you're talking about in the real world, but I'm saying in these movies where they create this conflict.
Well, right.
It's not even a lack of understanding. It's like we have to create this conflict because plot.
Well, no, because when you look at it, if a lot of these plots could have gone away if there was communication, if there was understanding as to why people were doing what.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, in the real world, these superheroes, they're all fairly intelligent. They would have that conversation. There wouldn't be a lack of communication.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the plot generates this conflict where Batman's the world's greatest detective. He's just going to assume Superman's bad and want to kill him. That's not Batman. That was my biggest problem with Batman vs. Superman was that wasn't Batman at all. Like, that character wasn't Batman. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you take these characters who you build up being, like, intelligent, like Captain America's, like, Tony Stark's a super genius. Captain America is a battlefield strategist. You know, you give them all these intelligent aspects about them, but then we just create these minor conflicts that intelligent people of their level wouldn't have gotten into because they would be smart enough to come to that understanding and communication.
If you have ever sat in a room with either engineers or PhDs, your entire thought would change because you would think that people of that level shouldn't argue.
Oh yeah,
They
you would
debate all the
get
time.
budding
All the time.
But that's a
intellect.
that's a different level of intelligence because when you have engineers and people like that, they all think they know the best way to do something.
How is that any different with these superheroes?
Because I'm talking about conflict where you're fighting each other. Like, you're on the same side, but you're fighting each other, and it just generates this stupid... It's plot generated, and these intelligent people wouldn't come to blows the first thing. They would try to talk first, because, let's face it, your example with the engineers, the PhDs, they try to talk first, and they come to a disagreement because they think they know better. Now, when you come to, like... They don't come to blows, but, like, when I'm talking about superhero conflict is... They would have communication, and it wouldn't come to blows. They may disagree, but we wouldn't get these epic fights like we got in Batman vs. Superman. We got the start of the first Avengers. There'd be a discussion first before, fighting started. So, that's all I'm saying is, like, the conflict that these superheroes have with each other is generated because plot and nothing else. And that's my problem with it. It's just like, we have to have a fight scene between heroes because reasons.
Yeah, I think you're looking at it more from the movie aspect. I think I'm looking at it from a more practical standpoint.
I'm just looking
using
I'm just
real
looking
world
at I'm just looking at it
examples.
for bad writing in movies. That's all.
Okay.
That was my point because like the superheroes fighting each other, like these superheroes.
Yeah, it is bad writing.
With the exception of the Hulk because he's just an uncaged beast.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the only like superhero where I can say like, okay, Thor's going to fight him now, or Wolverine's going to fight him now, or Superman has to fight him now.
Right.
But like Superman and Thor probably wouldn't come to blows. Just because like Superman would definitely try to reason first. Like Thor may be like, who is this guy flying into my neighborhood? I might have to hit him with my hammer. But Superman would try to talk to him first because Superman's a peaceful resolution person first. And then when Superman starts talking, Thor would be like, alright, maybe you got a point there.
Plus they have to go save Martha.
No. No. It's 2018. We're killing that. Alright? It's dead. What would you like to add?
I have a thoughtable.
What's your thoughtable?
Okay. The woman who killed a god, Wonder Woman.
We're not talking about Wonder Woman.
It's a thoughtable. Just
Good night, Canada.
No, okay. Wonder Woman versus who?
Wonder Woman versus Invincible Iron Man versus Beerus.
Beerus.
Beerus would win. Beerus would win, hands down.
Invincible Iron Man.
It's the purple cat guy from
Yeah,
Dragon
Sean.
Ball Super.
Beerus would destroy them all. He's the god of destruction.
Yeah.
He would have his little
Fine,
power.
not Beerus, Frieza then.
Frieza would still lose.
Frieza would still kill them.
Yeah. So that's the end of this.
Wait, no, I think I have one more person. Vegeta.
Good night, Canada.
Anyways, comment below. Let us know who you think would win in a fight between Goku, Superman, and the Hulk. Also, if you have any
And
thoughts
mine.
on Ewan
Yeah.
McGregor or Logan Paul, comment below. Send us a like.
And if
Don't
you
hate
have
me
any,
for quoting,
tips for
Death
investing,
Bastard.
then also leave that too.
Yeah,
Sharing is caring.
Bitcoin, things like that. Yeah, invest away, but make sure. Again, I'm not a person to take advice from, so don't take my advice. Do the research yourself.
Yeah.
And good night,
Leave it with
Canada.
that.